a solo ultimate conquest done on Hypernet. So let's go through the details rather quickly. Mods. You are capped at minus 50 delta automatic. 530's cap. Combatant powers 580. Mods. Pressure cooker. No radar. Extinction. Equipment locked. Volatile shield. Slow and small. Avant-garde. Champs are overload unstop. Blasts. Match game. And Cabal pestilence. This GM is not for the faint-hearted. The reason why it's tough is because Volatile Shield's trade-off's on. It got buffed. There'll be details about that in the run. It got buffed and it's not as bad as what it was, but it's still bad. It's the second win mechanic from Borderlands if you played it. The reason what makes this run so hard is slow and small. Now, I've told you slow and small is a bad mod, and it is. It reduces your damage massively. It says moderately, but it's more like massively. Because you're capped at minus 50 delta, and this is on. It's a double whammy. If this mod wasn't on, I would have been able to melt the ads a lot better, right? So this is what's impacting the run. Pressure cooker's 28 minutes, which that does sound like a lot of time, but it's not as much time as you think. Blasts is nasty. Match game's also nasty. We need solar, void, and arc shields in this. We need all, we need to sort of spec for all three. If you don't, you probably won't do it. Isn't it crazy that match games stood the test of time, and if you don't play to match game, you will not solo this. I can guarantee that you won't. If you are lacking one shield or the other, if you're lacking void, yeah, you're not doing it. You won't solo it. You'll be forever on shields. They will eat your time, literally. So, we're rocking an adult build. I want no kindergarten suggestions down below. Attention. Attention. I want no kindergarten suggestions because you will be scolded for it. We have to run an adult build in this to make sure that we get the clear. I'm using Prismatic Lightning Surge. There'll be a dim link. Yeah, it's what I've been running. We need a debuff. Fellwinters gives me debuff. If on any character that you're playing in this, you need a debuff, it's super, super important that you do it. If you don't have a debuff, you will probably, again, not do this. It's so important that you have debuff in your kit, no matter what character that you're on. Weapons. I use the Exotic Mint because it's got more Transcendence energy gains, and it's got more ammo than regular Mint. So for this particular mission in particular, Exotic Mint's better than regular Mint. I've tested it. Then you need a Void Primary. You've got two choices as a Legendary Primary. Void. Fortunate Star or Aisha's Embrace. Take your pick, and I bet you've got none of them. But that is how it is. That's what it's like. You've got to save your weapons. This is why people scold me and say, your vault's always full. Yeah, for days like this, dude, yeah. Because when I need a Void Primary, what if I've deleted them all? Oh, well, whose fault's that? Mine. Well, it's not mine, it's yours, because you're the one deleting all your stuff. You've got to strategize for the long game. Sometimes you're going to delete stuff and you'll regret it. The vault's an issue, but you've got to work with what you've got to work with. If you haven't got a Void Primary, well, then you're going to have to use third iteration. You'll have to use third iteration then, right? Or you could do Quiet, I suppose, in some capacity, but you probably could. But anyways, so Aisha's Embrace, Scientia Eager Edge is highly recommended. You need to go quick and you need to do skips. You have to do skips. So Eager Edge is highly recommended. And you need a solo weapon on, and Scientia fills that role. So yeah, I've showed you the build. I've showed you we need double void resist, concussive dampener on. Scavs definitely need to go on. They must go on. Yeah, you can't be doing kindergarten stuff. Artifact mods that matter. Discount on Scavs, Freddy Proliferation, Pack Tactics, Elemental Days, Shield Crush, Iron Lord's Vigor's good with the sword. Stat-wise, high melee, high super, high weapons. That's literally what we're running, so Paragon armor, right? I think I've got a 2-piece on Smoke Jump, so I've got that at the very least, which is nice, and will stack with the Iron Lord's Vigor, but that's something, yeah? But that is literally the setup on with the run. Okay, so on with the run. So he's step by step on exactly what you want to do to make sure that you meet the time grade. You've got to do things properly and not just go your own way, start killing ads follow the video. If you want to solo this, you've got to watch it and listen to the details. I'm going to do one lightning surge here for Devour and Amplified. Then I'm going to run past the ads because Amplified makes the ads less aggressive towards me. I'm going to skip these ads. Then I'm going to do one cold snap here. And then I get Volatile Shield trade off. But I knew that would happen. And I was planning for that to do this. See? That's the mechanic change. So it's second wind. I think for the video I'm going to call it the Borderlands second wind mechanic. Because that's basically what it is. Volatile Shields trade off means you do have an opportunity to live again. You've got to kill an ad. You cannot sword in that mode. You can pick up orbs and Banner of War does help and all sorts of other things. But in the context of this run, I'm not covering every single Volatile Shield strat. Only the ones I'm using in this run. Pick up the relic, kill a Minotaur as quickly as you can and do the skip. Watch this. See the skip? If you're confused, play it back to 30 seconds, watch it again. You need to do that mantle and jump up here. This is going to save you time in the end. It's going to make things a little easier as well. Because what this does is it allows you to take care of the Scorpius turrets now before the ads spawn in. Yes? So that's what we're doing. We're scouting the ads down. Alright, you can use a bit of special, but manage your special ammo. Your special ammo does deplete fast in this. I was having a lot of ammo problems in this run. Even with high weapon stat, I had sharp harvest on my sword. Even then I was still having ammo problems because the ads are too tanky for everything. Right, go to that cliff there and then jump back here. You need top map control. Top map control is what you need right now. You must do it. Do a lightning surge, a cold snap, then pick up the relic and you're going to juggle it. Pop a transcendence and you're going to go in with the sword and then you're going to pick up the relic again and you're going to juggle it. If you cannot juggle the relic, you're going to have to go home and do it another day. This has to be done. If you cannot juggle relic, you will not be able to do this solo. It is paramount that you have a relic for this bit because your weapons and your abilities are all reduced damage and you will not kill it. It will take you 28 minutes to kill the Tormentor with weapons alone. Literally, it takes not 28, maybe 10 minutes. But that's a lot of time to waste. So now what you're going to do is you're going to kill one Centurion. Only one though, not two because they're costly on ammo. We can't go on sword and we're not swording them. We're using top map control and you're going to scout all your scions or bow, depending on what prime you went with. You're going to scout all these scions down. There we go. So we're scouting them down. Keep going. There will be Centurions pushed. Just ignore them because you don't want to waste too much special on them. You just don't want that to happen. Right? Keep juggling your relic. Golden rule for juggling relic is, for every magazine you use, pick the relic up again. That's the rule for it. This Scion is really trolling me at this minute. What is he doing? Keeps trolling me. That's fine. We'll get rid of him. So once enough Scions are killed, you will then get the Tormentor to spawn in. There we go. So he spawns in. I'm going to do a little bit of special. I'm trying to set off my detonations, but I'm picking up my relic. It's so annoying because my detonation button and pick up relic button's the same button. So I kept picking up the relic. But what I'm going to do is tap fire the relic on the shoulder pads. Be very careful on ammo usage. Just watch this. Debuff with Fell Winter with a Arcane Needle. And then you're going to tap fire his chest. Tap fire, tap fire. Do another refresh timer on debuff. Do another one. Boom. Don't let him get your shields broken. You want that super. You don't want it. Because if he breaks your shields, you've got to pop a super. Right? So if you get Volatile Shields trade off and there's no ads to kill, you have to pop a super to survive. Right? So be very careful. You have to micromanage exactly what you're doing in this run so that you pull it off. So I've got super and I've got a transcendence and my ammo's actually rather good at the minute because I've done good on relic DPS against Torment. And this is the skip. Pop a super here to make it consistent. Sometimes you can get through this without a super, but I just pop super. You know why? Because I don't need it. I don't need super for now and I'm going to get it back. So use a super for skip. Get that damage resist via Song of Flame and pop it. Right, next step. Get rid of that damn Minotaur. Don't pick up the relic yet. Don't pick it up yet. Because once you pick a relic up, the timer for it begins. Then you've got to juggle it. Whereas if you haven't picked it up, you don't need to juggle it. So clear out the middle scions and the right side scions. Because how this is going to work is you're going to need to kill every single Minotaur in this room. Let the scions do that for you. In order for that to happen, you need to take down their shields, because it's match game shields. So what ends up happening is the scions can't kill the Minotaurs because they've got a match game void shield. So in order to help the scions out, you need to break their shield. This is very important and you must listen to it. Then you're going to pop up the relic and tap fire it. Don't hold it down, tap fire it. Use it like Divinity, if you know what I'm saying. Use it a bit like Div. Yeah, and then you're going to take care of the void shields. Make sure that they're all killed before you destroy the final blight, which is at the front of the map. All void shielded Minotaurs are dead. They must be dead. If you don't do that, you're going to have to sweat on the Sparrow part. So what happens here is you're going to finish off the remaining blights with the relic. Boom, 100%. And there's going to be 3 relics on the floor. For whatever reason, 2 despawn and 1 will remain. You pick up the one that's remaining, but if the Minotaurs are not killed, this will not happen. You need to have all Minotaurs dead. But you need to go quickly. You can't mess around in that room. Shoot that blight right there. Boom. That stops everything. Right, now drop the relic. I'm trying to do some relic damage. You don't need to do that. Okay, drop the relic. Get on your skim or your sparrow, whatever it is, and just make your way. You cannot skip this part on a solo. In a fire team, there is a way to cheese the checkpoint, but in a solo, there is not. You must meet the checkpoint needs by doing the sparrow part. Solo, you cannot. Fire team, you can cheese. One person can cheese it while the other 2 do the sparrow part. Or one, or however you want to do it. So just make your way through. Now, I need a super, but the relic's going to give me that. Right? The relic's going to be the thing that gives us a lot of intellect. You need to be a master of relics in this run. So pick up relic right away. Watch the snipers. Watch the snipers. So you're going to take down the snipers and the 2 goblins. There we go. And now what we're going to do is take care of this overlord. I'm going to kill him because he gets in the way a little bit. So stun him with the sword. Overlord sword's on. Overlord sword is on. That's how I stunned him. Pick up the relic after stun. Boom. That's it done. Now, you don't need to be too careful with this relic. You can be wasteful with it because you don't need your ammo that much. You just need to take out these 2 snipers. Right? This makes it very consistent. This makes consistency. Right. Wait for health to recover. Now you're going to run past. These overlords are only stasis ones. They are not snipers, which means they're not threatening. So the snipers are threatening. Look at this clutch on the prox ward there. That's why we run prox ward. I got bad RNG with a rage bane, but we get rid of him. I've still got relic. 2 snipers need to be dealt with. Left and right. There we go. And then jump over this captain's head and pop super. Now. It needs to be popped now. You need to go. You need to go fast, Guardian. You need to go quick. And my run wasn't even quick. So imagine, people not getting to the boss quick enough. They're not going to have enough time to do this. Right? So you've got to know everything about it to then start practicing. I would recommend, if anyone's soloing this, to watch a full run of not much my run. Watch the runs. Kia Plays, Esotric, all of those fellas. Watch their runs. Watch all of our runs. Then make an informed decision on how you're going to do it. And that you know all the details about this. You really, really need to know everything about it. Unless you're not going to solo it. Simple as. So this section's heavy emphasis on void shields. That's why you need a good void primary on. So we're going to use mainly the void scout here to deal with the Minotaurs. The Minotaurs will drop the relics. There's a lot of frawl. Make sure you deal with them. But dealing with them is going to give us ammo as well. Right? For the boss fight. You need plenty of ammo. So we're going to deal with the void taking acolytes on the ledges as well. They will set off the overlords, but you're going to skip the overlords. The overlords do not need to be killed. You will waste your time killing them, so don't bother with it. But the acolytes should be killed because they might kill you as you try to do relic damage. So, you're going to keep killing these acolytes as follows. When this section's clear enough, you're going to pick up a relic, and you're going to have that relic do 50% rifts, and you're going to debuff the taken ogres in middle, and use the remaining 50 ammo to kill all 3 ogres. If you mess up that relic at all, you're going to struggle to kill them. And you're going to waste time. You will kill them, but you're going to waste time. So don't allow any time waste. Right now, the run, to remind you, right now the run is on good time. We've actually done everything as I should have done. I haven't made any real mistakes. I went into volatile shield straight off at the start of the run, but that was no big deal. Because we knew that was going to happen, and I would kill the orange bar to then proc it. Get the 50% rifts, and you're going to set yourself up. So I'm setting myself up at the back of the map. So look at this. Watch this. Okay, 50% rifts. Drop relic. Debuff with arcane needle. Pick relic back up and melt the 3 ogres as quickly as you can in mid. Because Thrall are going to come on your location. Okay, 1's left over. That's fine, but he gives me our Transcendence and he's 1 shot. That's fine. I was okay to waste a little bit of special there. Only 5 shots. That's fine. Then I pick up another relic, and you're going to get the remaining rifts. Again, skip the overloads, skip the Thrall, but maybe kill them if you need ammo, but don't waste too much time. Because we're on 16 minutes, which is fine right now, but if we say 14, 13 minutes, it wouldn't be enough time. Like, you need to account for errors at the boss, because all the errors that you're going to get, I think, will be mainly at the boss fight. Because a lot can go wrong at the boss fight. There's a hell of a lot that can go wrong. So I didn't fully clear the rifts. I thought I did for some reason. There's 2 relics in mid. That's okay. So I'll get the final rift. Now you want to go with a fresh relic. Drop the relic you've got because it's inferior relic. You need a relic with full energy. This must go on. If you don't have a relic for DPS, you will not be allowed, or it will take you roughly 7-8 minutes to DPS the boss on only 1 phase. That will then destruct your 15-minute time bonus you have in half. You've still got 2 phases after that. So you must damage this boss with a relic. If you don't, you can't do it. It's literally hard. It's so strict. Very strict run. You must do it as it is. So, juggle relic. Wait for boss. Watch this. Debuff boss with arcane needle. Boom, that debuffs for the crystal. So we do look at damage. And now what you're going to do is rotate that map. Your map rotation needs to be excellent. It needs to be bob on today. You can't have any excuses. So you need to go around and round and round. Don't drop the relic yet. Although it's tempting, don't. Go around the map. Make the most out of your relic. Because look, I've nearly done more than half. He's only got 1/3 of that first bar left. So that's good. That's fine. We've done more than enough damage with that relic. Now we're going to use Eager Edge to its best, and I'm going to go to plan B. Sword block. You can sword block blights. That's critical to know. Now he's positioning for you. Transcendence goes in. Now look at the positioning. It's great. The boss can barely hit me from there. I'm going to do Lightning Surge. If I get 1 shot, I will lose Transcendence, and I'll have to pop a super. So Prox Ward and stuff like that is really going to help us. Like, look at my health. I'm nearly going to get my shields now. So look, see that? I go into volatile shields, but then I pop super. Pop super, and then we're going to do a bit of damage to this unstop. Because I need to get him weaker than that. But I need to get rid of these arc shields, and it's match game. It's a bit of a problem. So we're going to try and do our best to make my best of it. But I'm going to keep debuffing the room with finisher kills. Because Fellwinter's debuffs a room when you finish. Yeah, that's why it's so good. Lightning Surge for match game. And now I'm going to evaluate. Now that was very good. It might not, maybe to you, it might not look that good because I went in volatile shields. That was good as far as this run happened. I mean, look, we've done a lot of damage to the boss with the cranium. I've made the most out of not the most out of it, right? Not the most out of it. I did lose earlier, I suppose. But look at what's left. 2 Centurions. And the boss is sendable, and the unstop is nearly dead. We've done all right. And look, we've debuffed him. Look, this is what you get when you use an adult build. We're on an adult build, lads, today. We have to be for the run. I wish Pressure Cooker wasn't on for this run. Honestly, I don't like this run, actually. I'll just be honest with you. I don't think this Hypernet GM Conquest is very good. It's far too strict of a run, and it's a 28-minute timer and the mods. I think what Bungie needs to do is they need to unlock a weekly Conquest activity that's reset on every week, like the old weekly Grandmaster playlist, and we get a new Conquest weekly every week, so that everybody's on the same playing field of what is the ultimate Conquest for the week. We need weekly content back for ultimate for Grandmaster content. This isn't Grandmaster, this is ultimate content, but you get the picture, right? They need to do that. That is a necessity now, especially with all the leveling now. Now everyone can level up. They're gonna have to give us something to do weekly, and that's one thing. Although Festival Lost is coming, and that's going to be very good. But there'll be more down the road about why that will be good later on. Now I'm using a Song of Flame here, and I'm using the ammo I have. Look at my ammo. It's 2 ammo. None of the ads dropped ammo. So I told you this run was very ammo intensive. That's why you got to rock them scavs. You got to rock a higher weapon stat. You've got to do all these things. Make sure that you do it. Lest you really will struggle for ammo in this. And your primaries are going to do no damage at all to enemies. You're going to struggle. You will. But like I say, if you've got the information in advance, then you've got a step. You've got something to go off. So I'm painting a doom and gloom picture here. But I think old school Grandmaster players can do this for sure. But they've got to know, how volatile shields works and all that sort of stuff. So now then, we're going to use a Transcendence. I'm evaluating if any of those Minotaurs are Banes. Which right now I think there is one over there. This one isn't. So I know that he's not that. Oh no, that's fine. So a Goblin is a Cascade Bane. That's okay. We can get away with that. If the Minotaur was a Bane, that's bad RNG. Which I hate that stuff. Like, on your run, if you get a Bane Minotaur, well, then it's going to take you... You're going to lose 30 seconds. And that's a big deal in the context of this run. See what I'm saying? So I'm going to start dealing with some blight damage here, but I'm going to slow my play up a little bit because I want to start recuperating special. And I can do that with Sharp Harvest. So this is actually well worth doing. So I'm going to multitask with the Scion, with the Thrall, with Sharp Harvest to get more mint ammo whilst doing Light Wings and dealing with the Thrall, because they need to be dealt with at some point. I don't recommend you leave them up. They make the room too messy. So I went for a longer run on purpose to make it a bit more consistent, because you can blow it through it quicker than this. Yeah, you could go through on a quicker version of this, but I think in the long run, it's a very high risk reward ratio. And I think I went for more of a consistent run. So far, everything's by the book. It's got a bit of a textbook behind every single strat. That's what I'm trying to explain. I'm saving all relics as well. And we're leaving one Minotaur up. Okay? He's called Ric Flair over there. So we've left Ric Flair alive because he's a great ally to the fight. I mean, he was great in the 80s. And he's still good now. Look at him. He's fighting that boss while I manipulate that boss. And I can get rid of all of the blights while the Hydra fights the Minotaur. Or should we say Ric Flair, like we said to you. Don't worry, you'll see who's coming up next. Somebody even better than Ric Flair later on. But we get all the blights apart from one of them with the cranium. All of them apart from one. You're going to leave one cranium up that you can shoot from left. So follow the video. And then we're going to do the remaining cranium on these Thrall. But I want to lightning surge them. So I'm just going to get rid of this cranium. And I'm going to lightning surge them. And a bit of sword. Because look, I've got no special. So I'm going to get Devour Chain Kill going. I'm very tanky right now. I'm alright. Because I've got Devour. I can get away with swording them. As long as I keep an eye on what that boss is doing and he's not hitting me with his taken walls, I'm alright. So look at that, 9 ammo. That's a lot of ammo for this. Now, look, Ric Flair still helped me on the right-hand side there. He's my tag team partner. But now, we're going to go against him Yeah, and play heel, and we're going to sort of betray him a little bit because, I mean, he's served his purpose, look. He was my tag team partner, but as of 25 minutes and 15 seconds, I have now defected, and he no longer exists in this world. So we've got him, he's served his purpose. I've got the room clean of fraud, which I'm very happy with at the minute. I'm very happy, but look, I didn't pick up that cranium, so I'm not happy about that. But pick up a cranium. You've got lots of them on the floor, 4 of them, right? So we pick up one. The rest of them are for DPS. Now watch this trick. This is AI manipulation of the Hydra. Look, jump up above that house, that digital house. Take down the rift. This will stop the boss from hitting you right away. Transcendence pop. Pick up cranium. Melt the overload. Drop the damn relic. Probably just drop it and lightning surge at this point. Just lightning surge all of the ads. If you get weak and your shields pop, you can pop a super, that's fine. Or if you get an orb of power, that will break you out of it. There's many ways. You cannot Phoenix dive out of it though, which is a shame because that would have been even better. But you cannot jump while you're in the volatile shields trade-off mechanic or second wind mechanic. Now look at that. Look at what's done. I know we're taking a little bit longer than everybody else, but look at what's happened. The room is very contextualized, it's standardized, and we know what we're doing. Because I got so quick at the boss, I've used all that time gain to make the boss standardized for me. So that I'm happy going through this, so that knowing that there's no overlords chasing me, there's no thrall chasing me, and I can then breathe. I can have a breather on this phase. Because those void blights are slow. So you're going to cranium the boss. Now, I didn't debuff him on this phase just because I just didn't really have much time to do it. And I didn't want to make a slip up. And I knew that I didn't need to debuff him on this phase because I had enough cranium damage on the floor anyways. Not only that, if I save more arcane needles, I've got more lightning surges for phase 3. Yeah, because phase 3 needs to go relatively quickly because we've used a lot of time up and phase 3 needs to go much quicker than phase 1 and 2, which it will. There's a plan for it. But we pop a super here because I'm going to get it back off the cranium. So I know that last cranium maybe won't do... Well, it would do the damage, but I'm wanting more cranium overspill ammo after phase 2 to phase 3. I'm losing composure. You can look at that. See that gameplay there? I don't know if you've noticed, but some players have traits. And I notice certain players, when they lose their composure, they do certain things. For me, when I lose my composure, I lose accuracy. When I get stressed or pressured in a moment, I lose all accuracy. It just all goes. I don't know. That is my weakness. I pointed it out to you. But different players have different weaknesses when their composure is broken. Mine's accuracy. My accuracy just goes to hell. I don't know why it doesn't. I wasn't locked in there. But now I'm locked back in again. I've had a little moment. I missed that arcane needle. I'm back to my normal, regular self. Look at the cranium. The cranium helped me out with one of the Minotaurs, which is huge. That's a time save. 4 minutes left on the clock. Do you see now I've got plenty of time for phase 3? Because phase 3, we're going to play from top map. On the top Vex, what do you call those? The Vex structures, we're going to fight up top. We're not going to fight the Unstop, and we're not going to fight the Phalanxes. It's very important to know that there's no Centurions, which is good. Because if there was Centurions, the strat that I'm about to show you would be no good. Because they would get in the way, and they would fight us from a range. However, the Phalanx can do nothing to you from range. And Unstops can do nothing neither. So we're good up top. We need to do the up top strat. But we need another wrestling ally. So the next ally that I'm going to call in is Goldberg. We're getting Goldberg as a tag team partner today. But before we can get him as a tag team partner, we need to pick him. And I pick the guy on left because he's a Bane. See, Goldberg's tank, he's on the left. So I'm going to deal with the right Minotaur. This might sound awkward commentary, but in actual fact, this is 2000 IQ, this one. This is high IQ D2 gameplay. I'm just making a mockery of it. Because this is just what I like to do. I like to make fun of it. But that Hydra and Goldberg's going to fight over and over and over. Although I think he takes him down. Damn Goldberg through. Let's just see what happens here. So, we get the darkness walls with the cranium. We've got another cranium for DPS. We've got 3 more craniums after this for DPS. So we got lots of DPS. So there we get the final rift. There we go. Goldberg's on the left there. He's taking some heavy damage. Damn, he's taking some heavy damage. We use a debuff Arcane Needle. Then we go in with a bit of mint ammo. Now look at this. That's why you rock a sword. That's why you use the sword. That's the reason. Don't be using no machine gun in this. Rock a sword for the sword block damage. It's incredible for that. It allows me to stand my ground up top. See how good that is? And now, oh, there Goldberg's fallen. How's he fallen though? The Hydra must do void damage, right? How's he took his shield down, dude? How has Paphenios, this Greek boss, took down his shield? But this is where I get a little sketchy. I start to play a bit too overcommitment. But I'm wanting to round out this run because I'm 1 minute 30 left. I have to drop a relic. I've lost a relic there because I was thinking I might need to pop super. So I have a plan B. It's like a self-res. It's kind of like self-res D1 gameplay, isn't it, a little bit? It's like, oh, if I go down, I'll self-revive. And that's what this feels like on the second wind mechanic. I do like it. It's just, you should be able to do a bit more rather than just shoot your gun, right? But I need a sword block here because I'm underestimating those void blights a little bit. I drop the relic. I use Eager Edge to get it back because I can juggle it just in time, fine. Finish the boss off with the final relic damage. There we go. That's the solo on Hypernet. There you go. That's how you do it. There's the footage. It can be done on all 3 characters, but you do need to run an adult build, not a kindergarten build. You can't mess around with French tablecloth builds in this one. You've got to dial in and lock in.